"I think strong borders and no crime, that's us. And I think that's going to be a great election point for us," he said. The bill's defeat is a telling rebuff of the leaders of a divided Republican Party who are attempting to balance the demands of moderates and conservatives on the issue. The result, however, was not unexpected. A number of conservative Republicans said they would not vote for it as they believe it offered too easy a path to citizenship for illegals. The compromise bill would have provided nearly $25 billion in funding for Trump's border wall, limited legal and illegal immigration, provided protection from deportation and a path to citizenship for recipients of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, and reversed Trump's zero-tolerance policy, which has resulted in migrant children being separated from the families. It was supposed to have been voted on last week, but that scheduled vote was postponed twice as Republican leaders tried to sweeten the bill enough to get their party to pass it. Their 11th-hour provisions included one that would make it easier for migrant farm workers to stay longer in the country and another that would gradually require companies to use an electronic database to verify their employees' U.S. citizenship. They failed. But they have a Plan B, which is passing more narrow legislation by weeks ending the zero-tolerance policy that has separated migrant families. Congress is on a July 4th recess next week. Share this article. Trump was seen as complicating efforts when he originally told Republican lawmakers he backed the measure 1,000% and then a few days later tweeted they should stop wasting their time on the issue until after the November elections. The mixed signals were said to have frustrated GOP vote counters on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Paul Ryan labeled the legislation a great consensus bill and tried putting the best face on the likely outcome. "What we have here is the seeds of consensus that will be gotten to, hopefully now, but if not, later," he told reporters Tuesday. But Trump and Ryan tried to put some pre-vote spin on the matter, saying if the legislation passed the House, it would have likely failed in the Senate, where it would have needed the support of 9 Democrats. The House rejected a more conservative bill last week clamping down on legal immigration and lacking a way for the young immigrants to become citizens.